Have you ever seen a scalping strategy that looks great on the chart, but when you enter the real trade, the result is completely different? Today, we are not going to introduce just one strategy. We are going to backtest it on a real chart and see if the combination of EMA9 and 34, Fibonacci and smart money can really find good positions for a 1-minute scalp or not. So before we get into the backtesting, let's quickly see what the rules of this system are. Our first tool is EMA9 and EMA34. We use these two moving averages to identify the short-term direction of the market. When EMA9 is above EMA34, it means that the short-term strength is more on the side of the buyers, and we are looking for long positions. When EMA9 is below EMA34, our focus is on short trades. So, in summary, the rules. The direction is determined by the EMA. The entry zone is found by Fibonacci, and we get the final confirmation from the price action and smart money. Now let's move on to the more interesting part, the back test. While the chart is ready and we move forward step by step without seeing the future of the market, our goal is to find quality trades, not to turn every small move into a trade. First trade. Here we see that the EMA9 is above the EMA34, so the short-term trend is bullish. The price has made a strong move upwards and then entered a correction. We place the Fibonacci on the main move, and we see that the price has returned to the appropriate range. Now we wait for confirmation. A small liquidity gathering has taken place, and then the price shows the strength of the buyers again. Here the entry is made. The stop loss is placed behind the last low, and our goal is to catch a short but high probability move. The result of this trade is positive. But here's the important thing. We're not just happy because the trade is green. We need to see why this trade was successful. Reason for success: EMA convergence, appropriate Fibonacci area, and confirmation of price action. Now let's go to the Euro-USD symbol. Here the price starts to reverse after an upward movement. Now we place the Fibonacci on the main wave and look for a reasonable area for the price to react. The price is approaching our corrective range. But there is still one more step left. Smart money confirmation. Here we look to see if the sellers have managed to take control or if there is just a liquidity gathering. We see that the price breaks a short-term bottom, gathers liquidity below it, and quickly returns to the top. This is where many traders make a mistake. They see the bottom break and think that the downtrend has begun, but in fact the market has only gathered the necessary liquidity for the next move. After the reversal and confirmation of the candlestick, the entry is made. We place the stop loss behind the last valid point, and our goal is to make a short and reasonable move. The result of this trade? The trade is successfully closed. But the important thing is not only the profit of this trade. What is important is that several factors came together at the same time. The trend was identified with the EMA. The entry zone was found with Fibonacci, and the entry point was confirmed by the price action and smart money. Now we come to the next trade. Here the situation is much better. The EMAs again have a clear direction. The price made a strong move and then entered a correction. Fibonacci again shows us an important zone. The price reaches this zone and we wait for a reaction. There is an important point in this part. Not every encounter with Fibonacci is an opportunity to enter. Fibonacci is just a tool to identify a possible zone. What makes this entry valid is the combination of several factors. When the price reacts in this area, the short-term structure changes again, the entry becomes more logical. The trade is opened. At first, it moves a little in the opposite direction. But since our stop loss is based on the correct structure, the trade is still valid. After a few candles, the main move begins, and the price moves towards the target. Now let's move on to the next trade. Here is a common mistake made by many scalpers. Someone may enter just by seeing the EMA cross, but we see that the price is still in an inappropriate area. So we do not enter the trade. This part is very important because sometimes the best trade is the one we do not take. In scalping, preserving capital is as important as finding opportunities. Continuing the backtest, we will examine a few more situations. Some trades are closed successfully. Some trades reach the loss limit. But the goal of backtesting is not to find a system without losses. The goal is to see whether, over a large number of trades, our rules provide a statistical advantage. We are not looking for the highest number of entries. We are looking for entries that have the most confirmation and coordination across multiple factors. The more confirmations, the higher the quality of the setup, and the more logical the trading decision. Now let's review some important points we learned from this backtest. First point, the number of trades is not important. The quality of trades is important. On a 1-minute time frame, you might see a signal every few minutes, but not all of them are worth entering. Second point, the combination of tools should be justified. We are not going to put 3 tools together and think that the probability of loss is 0. Each tool has a function: EMA for direction detection, Fibonacci for finding zones, smart money for analyzing price action. And third point, risk management is always more important than entry points. Even the best strategy in the world has losing trades. A professional trader is not someone who never loses. A professional trader is someone who controls his losses and lets good trades grow. In a 1-minute scalp, don't just look at where the price hits the Fibonacci. Look at how the price got to the Fibonacci. A lot of traders just say, price hit 61.8, so I'm going to get in. But that's not enough. A pro tip is this. If the price hits the Fibonacci range with big candles and a lot of power, it's more likely to break that area because it shows that one side of the market is still in control. However, if the price hits the Fibonacci range with slow movement, small candles, and decreasing momentum, it's more likely to react. For example, in a buy setup, we have a strong initial uptrend. The price is correcting towards the Fibonacci. On the way down, the bearish candles become weaker. Near 50% or 61.8%, a small liquidity rally occurs below the bottom. Then a short-term structure breakdown occurs to the upside. This combination is much stronger than a simple Fibonacci touch. One thing that many scalpers ignore is that Fibonacci itself is not an entry signal. What matters is the price behavior when it reaches this area. So far, we have seen that this strategy can create interesting positions in the right conditions. But the most important part is the correct implementation of the rules. In the rest of the backtest, we will analyze more trades and finally summarize the overall result to see how this system actually performed. If you would like us to do such backtests on other strategies, write your opinion in the comments. As you can see, the price has bounced back from an area and gone up again. These setups are good.